Well, hey garden friends, it's Destry. Welcome back to my Oregon yard. Today I would like to introduce you to Fred and George. Fred and George are going to be flanking my front entryway for the Halloween season, and today we're going to get them planted up with some gorgeous plants from the garden center. So join me as I give Fred and George a little bit of a makeover today. So if you saw my recent video where I did a thrifting haul of some of the Halloween stuff I've been gathering up, if you haven't seen that one, I will link it below. But in that video, I did introduce you to these guys. But today, I'm so excited to finally get them planted up. Now, it's a little early. It's actually not even October yet. But me and my family really like to decorate for Halloween. So even if you're not interested in Halloween decorating, I hope that you will stick around for this video because we're going to put some beautiful plants in these. And you could use any kind of pots for the plants that I'm going to show you today. Terracotta pot, whatever. So I scored these at Joann's craft store, and when I saw them, I immediately knew what I wanted to do with them. I wanted to make them into planters. I thought these would be so fun flanking the front door, and I could use them season or after season. And yeah, so I know they're kind of wild and funny, but I'm super excited to get them planted up today. So let me show you how I'm going to do this. The first thing I'm going to need to do is make some holes in the bottom of these. They do not have any holes in them. You could use them as a candy bowl or a punch bowl. I don't even know what their intended use is, but we're using them as planters. So I did grab my drill today. I'm going to be drilling, I would say probably about 3 to 4 holes in the bottom of these before I get them planted up so that I have plenty of drainage. And then let me go ahead and show you these gorgeous plants we're going to be planting them up with today. Guys, we're heading towards the greenhouse. Let me show you some of these beautiful plants we're going to be using today. First of all, it is a nice warm day here in the Pacific Northwest. We are still having some beautiful September weather. So let's see what we scooped up. We did get some violas. These are red with blotch violas. And you can see they're just a really pretty dark, like burgundy color, which is going to play nicely off of these. So these I grabbed at the Home Depot. These are an Apaluco purple ornamental pepper. So they're, sorry, ornamental pepper. So look at the color on these though. I thought they were so perfect for, you know, kind of a spooky look for Halloween. Now you can see they're getting a little desiccated. They really need a lot of water and they really need to be in the shade right now. I've got them in full sun just because this is where I'm going to be planting today. Now I also grabbed these at Little Red Barn today. This is organic salvia. I don't even know that this is a salvia. This to me looks like purple sage. I don't know. Tell me what you think. This looks like purple sage to me. I love the color. I love the scent. And I thought the purple would just really accent the, you know, red colors that we have going on. And then for a major hairdo, I really wanted some kind of thriller. So I got these spikes, you guys, at, these are a cordyline, an annual for $2 at the Home Depot. They were clearing them out. So I got 2 of those and I thought those would provide a lot of hair interest for our planters today. And then I also grabbed some of this. So this also was on sale for $2 and just some Dusty Miller, which I can replant out in my landscape if I choose to. Now the rest of this will probably just act as annuals, but I'm excited for this combination. I think I've got a lot of really interesting colors and textures here, and they really remind me of Halloween. We've got a little bit of the orange with the spike. We've got a little bit of that purple and the reds, and I think it's just going to be really, really pretty. So I'm hoping I can fit all of these in these planters today, but I think I'm going to be able to do it. So the first thing I need to do is go drill some holes and get these filled with some soil, and then let's go ahead and get started. All right, I've got my drill here, and I am just going to drill some holes into these. I think I actually might set them down on the ground. So I don't know if you can see this in the camera. Yeah, you can. Okay, cool. So we're just going to go for it. I have a really big bit on this. You can see, I don't even know what size that is. My husband helped me out. I said, hey, I need planting holes. Put a bit in it for me. So let's go ahead and get them drilled up. Oi. Going slow first. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Oi. Okay. Oh, that was really easy. Now it did leave some plastic, so I'm going to pick that up and not leave it in my yard. I'm going to put it in my pocket or something, or put it in the garbage later. But let me flip the camera around so you can see how I'm doing this. Okay, so I did one hole here, and then I'm gonna just do, I think I'm just gonna do maybe 2 more holes. So kind of slow to start. Okay. And maybe 1 more, kind of in the middle. Oops. Definitely want to start going slow. All right. Get this plastic. I don't want this in my yard. So I did 3 holes, kind of like that. Hopefully that'll work. By the way, these planters were $50 originally, but I did get them for half off at Joann's. So I did not pay $50 each for these. No way. All right, we're going to go ahead and do the other one. Put this plastic in my pocket. All right, let's go. Peasy. All right, I've got the holes in, so now I'm just going to go fill these with dirt, and I think I'm going to move my plants over here to the shade because it's kind of warm, and we will see if we can fit everything in. All right, I've got everything over here in my little wagon. I swear I use this thing all the time. Just popped all the plants in here. I'm just going to lay them down. And I've got some extra dirt, and these are filled up about 3/4 of the way, so I have plenty of room. And then I'm just going to use this to sit on, and let's see. I probably need, let's see, what else do I need? I need my gloves, and I need a spade or a little shovel. And I do have some extra dirt. I probably will need extra dirt, but maybe not. So I got to go grab my spade and my gloves. So I'll be right back. Okay, I am ready to go. Oy, I think. So you might be asking me, like, why are you planting these up right now? If you said it's only September. Here's the deal, you guys. I would much rather be in my yard right now when it's like 70 degrees in September and a beautiful, beautiful day. October around here in my zone 8B, it gets it's kind of cold. It's kind of cold, kind of rainy, it's kind of icky. And like, here's my deal. I will have these ready to go. They will be done and ready come October when it's a cruddy day and I don't want to be outside planting stuff. I will just have these hanging out. I'll probably stick them in my greenhouse, although it might get too hot in there. I'll probably put them in the shade. I'm going to start with this guy. I will just have them ready to go. They will just be like sitting there ready to go. And then I can pop them outside when I do my decorating for Halloween. So that's kind of my thinking on this, right? Like, I don't want to be out here in the yard when it's cold and wet as much. Like, I still will come out. I still want to plant my spring bulbs. I have a bunch of bulbs I'll be planting this spring. Oh my gosh, I'm just looking at this in the camera and look at his hair. Oh my gosh, I'm insane. Okay. So yeah, so that's kind of my thinking is then, you know, it's one last thing to do. I have a Halloween kind of idea for my front entry, and then these guys will just be part of that, and they'll just like already be done, and I can just pop them in. Okay, I'm wondering if I could kind of separate this. Here's my thinking. There's about, well, maybe. It literally feels like it's potted in sphagnum moss, this stuff. Look at this. Again, these were just from the Home Depot. So I think I'm going to put this one towards the back. Yeah, kind of towards the back. And then I've got my spike kind of in the middle. So it'll just be kind of background music. And then I want to put my prettier stuff up in the front. So I got 2 of these purple sage. So I definitely want to put that in the front. And then I only filled these about 3/4 of the way full, and then I'll just go back in and backfill them. But anyway, tell me in the comments, when does your weather turn in your area where you just kind of like would rather not be outside as much or doing as much outside? Tell me in the comments, do you decorate for Halloween? Is that something you do? I know some people just totally don't do Halloween. They just skip over it and go straight to Christmas. To each their own. But, you know, I have younger kids, and so, oh, I'm putting this one in the front. It's going to be so pretty. I have younger kids, and so, you know, Halloween is all about the candy. For my kids, at least, and for any kids. Now, this is sinking a little too low. Hold up, hold up. I gotta backfill this just a little bit. So, but so far, so good. I've got the purple sage kind of spilling out this side here. I'm gonna lift that up a little bit too. So I definitely need some more dirt up in here. But yeah, when you have little kids, I feel like, and just depending on what your philosophies are, what your vibe is, Halloween can be a lot of fun. So we are one of those houses that gets trick-or-treated a lot. We are a neighborhood that gets trick-or-treated a lot. Hold up, I'm gonna pull this sage out. I feel like I need a little bit more dirt in here underneath it because it's sinking too low. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. So we usually put lights out, and we definitely don't do like really spooky Halloween. In fact, these are probably like a little spooky for my taste. But I just thought they would be such an amazing planter. I just couldn't resist. But we have like a blow up thing that is like a minion. So we usually keep it pretty like cutesy, not so spooky with most of my decor and stuff. My kids are still pretty young, and you know, they don't really enjoy like the real scary stuff. Maybe when they're teenagers, you know. But for now, we stick with kind of cutesy Halloween stuff. Okay, now I'm gonna get in here with these ornamental peppers. Yeah, so I'm kind of tilting them. I'm gonna backfill this. I maybe should have started with just a little bit more dirt, but I kind of want them spilling out, kind of more spilling out this side here. Definitely gonna need more dirt, but yeah, it's looking good so far. Hold on, I'll turn it around to the front. It's hard to see what I'm doing and then turn it around, but here's what we got so far. Ooh, that's looking cool. So I've got this pepper and then this sage. And then I think what I'm gonna do is just fill in, you know, with the pansies kind of around. So I bought a bigger pack of pansies, and they're a little stretched, but I think they'll be okay. And I'm gonna just tuck these in, maybe over on this side. It's kind of an odd shaped planter, so I'm finding that I'm needing a little bit more dirt than I thought. So I gotta go grab a little bit more dirt, and then I'm gonna tuck in some of the pansies. So, BRB. Jeez. All right, I've got a little bit more dirt. I'm gonna put a little bit more in here before I start tucking pansies in. And now I need to be a little bit more careful. A, I don't wanna waste my potting soil because this is really nice potting soil. And B, I just wanna be a little bit more careful because I've got all these plants in here. But it definitely is an odd shaped container, so let me give it a little shake down too. There we go, smack it around. By the way, my daughter did name these planters for me. So we saw them at Joann's and she named them appropriately. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 of those on the side. I wanna make this full, but I also wanna give it a little bit of growing room because again, we've got a little bit of time before I'm gonna be putting it out. So I don't know if you can see this here. Let me turn this guy around here if I can. So I'm just gonna tuck this one in here. So I don't know what Joann's intended use of these skeleton things are. Let me know in the comments if you have any ideas. I mean, I guess you could use them for like a punch bowl or candy, you know, candy bowl, but they're kind of big for a candy bowl. I don't know. When I saw them, I immediately thought planter. I guess that's the gardener in me. I'm gonna tuck one more of those in the front just to kind of fill that up. Yeah, good. Okay, and then I'm gonna do one more. I've got one more little hole here. And I do have another 6-pack of these violas, so if I need to, I'm gonna put one more down in here. And don't worry, I'll give you the close-up of everything when I get it all in here, but oh my gosh, it's looking so good. Here, let me move this thing so you can kind of see it better. I mean, just the like spike in the middle. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and fill this one in, and then I'm just gonna make the other one pretty much the same. So this is a pretty quick project once you get all the plants. You could do this with mums. It would be really pretty. And you know what else you could do is if you didn't want to plant it up, you could just literally get a thing of mums. A lot of people do this with their mums because it is kind of hard to keep mums alive. Basically just get a thing of mums. Look, you could just drop it down in here and you would be done. You wouldn't have to put any dirt or do the holes or anything if that wasn't your jam. It still would be a really quick and easy decor item for the front of your property if you're into this kind of thing, which I am. Okay, I'm just gonna fill around, and then of course I'm gonna water this all in, which will settle the dirt, and then I can go back and see, you know, where I might need to add a little bit more. I think it's looking amazing. All right, Fred, move over here. Make room for George. Okay, so I'm just gonna get this one planted up essentially the same way. And we'll see how they look in the end. Oh my God, you guys, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with how these came out. They are so good. You have to do this project. You just, if you like Halloween, you just get them. Just get them. Just get them. They're so good. Let me flip the camera around and I'll show you a close-up of Bob and George. No, Fred and George? Fred and George, yeah. Guys, here they are. Fred and George. I'm obsessed. Look at the plants, first of all. I mean, gorgeousness, beautiful. Okay, the spike in the middle totally made it. I am obsessed. Look at how cool these are, you guys. These are gonna look so rad on my front entryway. I'm obsessed. They're good. Tell me in the comments what you think. I mean, it's good, right? It's good, right? Like, how cute are these babies? Oh, they're not even that spooky to me anymore. They look more like a tiki or something, right? Like something out of like the tiki room at Disneyland or something. When I get my shaka fodder, which is my corn stalks, which if you haven't seen that video, you got to watch that one too. I'm going to have my corn stalks on either side that I grew. I'm going to have these guys. I'm going to have all my Halloween stuff out. And the plants are so beautiful. It's a gorgeous combination. And when the pansies, or the violas, I mean, when they fill in a little bit more. Now I did water these in, and I'm gonna wait a little bit. They're here in the shade. I'm definitely gonna be keeping these in the shade because these are more cool tolerant plants, most of what's in here. I'll go back in and I will see if I can tuck any more of the violas in there. I have more of them. Like I might be able to squeeze one more in there or something, and then I'll go back in and check the soil levels too and just make sure that everything is, you know, once it settles, when you water it, you know, go back in and check it. But I am in love with these. I am in love with these. You've got to do this project. It's so cute. All right, Yardners. Well, thanks for hanging out with me and Fred and George today. I hope that you liked checking out this idea and this video. If you liked it, could you give this video a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel? Share it with a friend. That would be amazing. And if you need me, I'll be getting ready for Halloween here in my Oregon yard. I'll see you next time. Bye.